Yeah, there you go. So anyway, yeah. So he's a shit fly half anyway. Sorry, Jeff.
Fuck this, we're getting sorted. Anyway.
Great way to start this off, right, Peter. Yeah. How about Jonathan Sexton like that?
Jonathan Sexton is a shit fly half. You get out the fucking rope, will you?
Almost as
You
good
gave
as
me an
Scott Fry half.
opportunity, Peter. You
At least
gave
we
me
can
an
hold on to them,
opportunity
Brosnan.
to
Yeah, exactly, Matt. Yes, at least we can hold on to them, Danny.
Good afternoon. Good luck.
Go on, Pete.
No,
Right,
he's gone
free.
again. I think his
Free.
interweb is gone again.
My internet is fucked.
No, no.
Apologies, folks. We're having technical difficulties.
And it's
Oh,
not.
there he is. There he is.
He's
Oh,
like
Pete,
he's
try
like the
again.
he's like the indicator on my car. It's working. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Yes, it is.
Okay, Father McGuire, ease up there now. It's working.
Brennan will do a great interlude of wittiness while we sort out technology that doesn't fucking work.
You should
Yeah.
get Pete. You
It's kind
should
of
get the Wi-Fi booster thing. This joke. Oh, I can't bring it over because I have too much shit in my
One of
desk.
them and then shite as well.
Have we any viewers left now? We're 3 minutes in and we haven't talked any rugby at all yet.
No, they've all
We
left.
never do for the first 20 anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Hi, Porky, missing out on the first game of the year. Yeah, I'll be there.
Oh,
Yeah, but
Larry let down.
Yes.
Larry
fucking
fucking let down. Jesus.
Too busy
The
rocking.
first to jump. Yeah,
I-
first to jump in anyone. Larry let down. Good man.
Larry,
I accept the award of Larry Letdown for the 28th for the Cardiff game. I didn't realise I'd be in fucking Carrigaline at some sailing wank.
No,
There you
I'm
go.
talking about the game of the first.
Oh, the
one you
Connacht
mentioned,
game?
yeah. The Connacht game, yes.
Ah,
What
no,
you were rocking?
yeah, no, again. No,
Again
I
what?
couldn't. I forgot what fucking day it was. I thought it was the Monday. Genuinely
don't
thought it
know
was the
what day it
fucking
was.
Monday. I swear to fucking Jesus, I thought it was the Monday.
Same,
And I had a
it's the
team.
same
Yeah,
date
yeah.
every year. It's the same date every year. Jesus Christ.
Oh, lads, look, I'm not well. I'm 50.
We know that.
You know what I mean? I
That was something we don't know.
Hold on.
It's okay, Sarah Duffy kept me company, and Dave says you still own that point.
Oh, I get the point. But I think my next game is in February. Oh God, it's Stormers. I think I have tickets for it downstairs. I think it's the Stormers anyway. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Peter Martin, sorry, go ahead. Is Peter Martin there?
He
No,
is, he's
he's
there, but
gone again.
Hold on, he's gone. Proper
I'm
shot.
here.
Yes, yes.
I'm here, but I'm not here. So I don't know. This is going to be spotty.
No, we can hear you. We
out-
can hear you fine. We can hear you fine. Go on.
No, I'll be in and out of. I'll be in and out of this fucking meeting. I'd say like
yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Finn Russell and the Scottish team. But anyway, look, there you go. That's what we're dealing with at the moment.
Well-
Anyway, I suppose we'll start with a couple of important games that happened last weekend. First up,
Is he gone?
Peter, no.
He's
hold
gone
on.
again, isn't he?
Not working.
Yeah.
Not working, Pete.
Not working.
It's not happening, Pete. Not happening. Hold on. James Grennan,
What about it?
go on. Temporarily take over. Pete Martin frozen there. Go on. James Grennan,
So,
take over.
so the first game that is of interest to the most of us here watching anyway would be the Leinster Connacht game. Who was at it? Hands up. Claire, yeah.
Oh
Matt
yeah,
as well.
Matt was in the
Matt
posh
was there.
dance.
Oh,
That was
yeah,
always
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Matt was in the posh dance.
As always.
Yeah.
Can't be getting cold.
And
Can't be with us
Uh,
riff raff in the south stand.
who watched it?
I watched it, of course.
Oh, it's true, yeah, and I obviously watched it as well. So Leinster winning that one quite comfortably in the end. From a Connacht point of view, I have to say a couple of standout performances from the Connacht side. The two brothers in the middle of the field were excellent. A few standout for the wrong reason were fly half and full back, Tiernan O'Halloran and Jack. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
confidence seems to be at a very, very low ebb at the minute. And the other big standout, of course, was the injury to Jonathan Sexton, who should have been red carded for a head-on-head
Yes,
contact, and
I will wholeheartedly agree with that one.
didn't even go to TMO, didn't even get checked, and the fact that he went down injured, probably should have been out for the Six Nations, irrespective of the injury. Should have been out
Are
through
you
red
just going
card.
to ramble about fucking Connacht and Leinster? Are you going to ask us anything about the game?
I am going to ask, but will you how's your powder dry? Will you? So I was making a few points there, and I wanted to hear what people's comments were on those points. Claire, I go to you first. What did you think of the Sexton Butler incident?
He should have been carded. He should have been carded. I don't care if he broke his cheekbone. It was blatant high tackle and head on the head.
Yeah, all day long.
Now, terrible that he's injured, but hey, you don't if you get your tackle technique right, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, he's long enough in the game to know that. Matt, what did you make of it? That incident?
Look, at the end of the day, I mean, the players know rightly what they're supposed to be doing and not supposed to be doing. And Sexton is one of the worst culprits for this in the game. You know, like, he will not go down on a tackle. I don't know whether it's a physical thing or a physicality thing, but he's always upright in tackles. And the more you do that, and you've seen it everywhere in the Autumn Internationals and the Six Nations, everywhere. You go in tackle high, you're going to get carded or possibly get carded. Do you know what I mean? And he should have been. Is there any slight head-on-head collision? It's a red card. And simple as, you know. And how many more times has he got to get away with it? It was like the Owen Farrell thing with the no arms tackling. He was a hooer for that as well, but yet never got penalised. Me personally thought the ref was quite bad overall. There was a lot of high tackles. Now watching from the stands it's very hard to see, but from me there was a lot of seatbelt tackles anyway. At least that should have been either like checked or people penalised for. I don't know. For people seeing at home, was it different? Was it?
Yeah, from a TV spectator's point of view, I thought he had a very, very good game. And normally, you know, when your team loses, the first thing you do is you analyze what the ref did and did you get your shot. I thought we got a fair shake from him, in fairness, other than obviously Sexton not getting the red card that he should have got. But maybe in the stands it looked different, did it?
Yeah, absolutely, it did. But
Danny,
other than that, it was a good performance by Leinster.
Yeah. Danny, what did you make of the Sexton?
As far as his tackling technique for that thing, he should have been counted for it. Yeah, no, absolute minimum. That's been generous. But I posted on our Instagram, was it sometime last 2 weeks, that Niamh Jones tackle, she did against England, was in the Six Nations. The back was, the hit, she's down low, back was straight, in line with her hips, caught the legs, drove their back. That's what you should be going for. That's what you call a good tackle technique. You get the head down some bit at least, anyway. Even if it's just in line with the arms, something like that. Keep the second head down below the shoulders at least. At least then there's less chance of being injured and stuff like that. So he needs to do something with that tackle technique.
So Bundy was sent to tackle school after that. He didn't even get a card, so you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Peter Burke, what did you make of it?
Yes, absolutely. Hold on a second. Jesus Christ. I'm have to lean on something there, my elbow. I have a white thing in my elbow. Can you see that? No, you can't see it. The Sexton card, I don't think it was a red. I think it was a yellow at most, because there was mitigation there according to the ref. Dipping into the tackle, he did attempt to wrap. I don't think it was a red. Yes, you can argue that the straight on head on, get out of there, head on thing was warranted a red card, but I don't think it was. And I'm not just saying that. I'd say that it was a Connacht player or Ulster, any player. I don't think it was a straight red. There was mitigation there, which the ref recognised. The TMO actually recognised, so that was it. As far as the game, 41-12 to Leinster winning that. Connacht were never really at the races in this one. Larmour getting man of the match.
Man of step you on a postage stamp.
Yeah, he would. He'd sidestep you in a fucking phone box, that lad. I think like the Leinster try, like Turner after 3 minutes for Leinster scored a try. Hawkshaw after 17. Hawkshaw, by the way, had a great game.
He did, yeah.
Till he
Yeah.
was,
Any update on his ankle?
Jesus
Oh yeah,
Christ.
that was bad. Okay.
Yes.
No, I haven't heard any update.
Didn't we talk about people interrupting each other in the chat group?
Didn't I tell you I'm going to keep doing it regardless?
Someone
You did.
has to pull a Richard Holland here, okay? Someone has to do it.
Anyway, just to go back to it, it was a good game. Connacht, I feel, James Grennan, I don't know if you agree with me on this. I think Connacht need at least 2 or 3 marquee player signings across the board, 1 to 15, 1 to 23. They need 2 or 3 marquee players because they don't have them at the moment. They're getting players from other provinces, but they need some overseas signings. They need some more oomph in that pack. They need some more line breakers in that back line. They just don't have it at the moment. They're being beaten by teams that they should be, that Connacht historically should have been beating, you know. I mean, if you look at Larmer's stats from that game, 6 defenders beaten. Did any of Connacht's players beat 1 defender? I think Hawkshaw might have been on the record for beating that. He had 2 clean breaks, 79 meters gained, man of the match, and well deserved so. So compare that to when was the last time a Connacht player got that in a game? Like you need 2 or 3 marquee players signed in order for Connacht to progress and get on, and for the IRFU and everyone to have a balance in the 4 provinces as they're all trying to do. At the moment, I know I've slagged you before, James, about going Connacht were shite. They weren't shite. They just need, you know, this input of 2 or 3 key players in their squad. Not an Northeast lineman. Jesus, don't go down that route. But you need that, and that's all I'll say.
Or we don't want to.
Peter, I'll say one thing I'll say with this is one of those 3 players has to be a good goalkeeper as well, because Jack Caffey, he's blowing hot and cold off that tee. So if you deceive him run games development, I said to James before as well, if you had a Cooney or a Doak or someone else in that back line that can just do the kicking duties, that'll gain you a couple more points here and there. That could be a lot more confidence builder and stuff. Get those things as well.
Sorry, Danny and everyone. Sorry, Peter Martin. We'll switch to James Grennan for hosting tonight because just for your internet reasons. And Peter, you'll do next week when it's all, because it's just all right. Cool enough. Okay.
So Peter, just to go back on what you said there. When was the last time a Connacht player did anything like Larmer did? It was probably when Mac Hansen announced himself. I think, who were we playing in the sports ground, when he stepped every single one of the players on the opposite team. He went from our 22 and scored a try under the post, and he stepped every single one of them.
Yeah, but I mean, but James, you don't have enough of them. That's fine.
No, we don't. No, I agree. I'm agreeing with you, Peter. We don't have enough of them, and we don't need big ball carriers like Papa Illy coming back again. The likes of that guy that's a red card magnet and still hasn't learned his lesson, still doing it.
Yeah.
Peter Martin, we didn't get your opinion on the Connacht Leinster match, or Leinster Connacht, I should say, since they were at home, before anyone in the comment section starts giving out. What did you make of the match? What did you think of particularly the Jared Butler Johnny Sexton incident? Did you think that was a red card? He's thinking about it, or he's either thinking about it or he's frozen.
Somewhere in between, I think.
I think he might be frozen. Okay, we'll move on to the other match we had was I don't have any notes in front of me, so I'm winging it at the minute.
Go on. We'll help you, James. We'll help you.
Munster and Ulster. So we had what you'd have to call a very, very poor game. It looked like Ulster had it in the bag, and then Munster did what Munster do. They just dragged it out of the fire. Danny, I'll go to you first on that one. What were your thoughts on the game?
Oh, going into that last few minutes of it, or maybe last 5-10 minutes of that match, I said we've blown another fucking game here. And a great way to start fucking here. For a while we were weren't great in attack. I think we were 14-8. We were 14-8 down going to the last 10 minutes. And I said, fuck it, lads. We've got to lose both fights. That's that can do us.
14-5. You were down 14-5.
I thought it was 14-8 and going to the last 10 minutes, was it?
14-5.
No, my mistake. But I think once Healy got the penalty, I said, fuck it, lads, we got to lose the ball fights, we'll take that. Then Healy puts his magic after a couple of great phases of play on the
Heady pulled his magic. Was he fucking
Yeah.
Paul Daniels? What fucking Heady fucking magic are you talking about?
he put the fucking try out back, got conversion, and he put
Yeah, the 80th minute. Then he converted his own fucking try.
The posts.
he pulled it off anyway, and that's all that fucking matters. But yeah, to be honest with you, it wasn't the greatest game. I think a few Ulster supporters will agree with me in this. They should have literally sealed that game a lot earlier than that. That's what should have happened, but they didn't. They didn't have that cutting edge. They just left us in the game. And I don't think Ulster deserved to win. I don't think we deserve to win either, to be honest with you. A draw should probably be the best result, but I'll take it. I'll take that 1 point win.
Okay, Peter Burke, when you finish slugging your I was just waiting until you took a drink.
I didn't think you were coming to me.
I was waiting until you took a drink to go to you. See if I could choke you.
No, it
The
was,
bad
no, I've said it in the group. It was an absolutely fucking shit fest of a fucking game. It was crap. It was shite. Ulster fans and Munster fans both commented on it. I agree with you. Yeah, it was shite. Yeah, Danny, you said there, Ben Healy scoring in the 80th minute, converting his try in the 81st minute. McElroy on for Stockdale after 77 minutes. I didn't see the point in that. Tom Stewart getting the yellow card after 35 minutes, which left him 5 minutes before and after the half time. Tom Stewart is a good player. He's not a dirty player. I didn't expect that. I don't know, both teams, I mean, they're still, I mean, we've talked about this ad nauseum about Munster and how they're going to get on board or get going with their fucking new training squad, new manager, blah, blah, blah. But Ulster just seem to keep doing this one step forward, and it's like 15 steps fucking back for them. I mean, they just can't. I don't know what it is. I mean, they've good players. They're not a bad side. I don't know, James. I don't know what to fucking say about that game. It was a shite game to watch, and I said it's 80 minutes of my life I never get back. And yeah, Munster won it. So fucking what?
Yeah, it was a pretty hard watch. All right, Claire, did you get to see it?
I didn't see the first half because I was traveling.
You were lucky.
Where are we going to Blankstead Shopping Centre?
No, I was on my way to the RDS.
Oh, of course you were.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course I was going to the other match. Yeah, they had a big screen in the RDS in the fan zone to watch it. But I'm going to have a rant actually about the RDS.
Go on, go.
Their screen and their sound are not connected. They're offset. The screen shows something and then 3 seconds later the sound comes out. Don't like that at all.
Maybe the Peter Martin's broadband.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I seen it. Yeah, it was pretty shocking. Go on, Ben, even though you're off to Edinburgh now. Like if you hadn't got him, Danny, you would have lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was. I don't really
have balls and all that sort of shit. Yeah.
Stop. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. You know what I mean? It was a bit.
Yeah, it was a hard watch in fairness.
Yeah, I'm glad I was traveling for the first half of it.
Matt, did you get to see it?
I didn't, and from what I'm hearing, I'm glad I didn't fucking see it.
Yeah, you're right, Matt.
Yeah,
you're right.
Trust me, yeah.
The only thing I can comment on is, I suppose any team that doesn't play for 80 minutes deserves to lose.
Yeah.
And
And
that's just me saying that without even watching a single bit of it. Just listen to comments and reading about it on the internet. That's it.
Yeah.
so I suppose the other. Go on ahead, Peter. Go on.
I know.
I just want to,
Go on, Danny. Go on.
as I said, lads, a draw would have probably been the best result for both teams. They're both that shite.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, sorry, James, Danny, sorry for interrupting. The as we stand at the moment, and this will kind of put in some sort of context for you. In the URC, if you look at the table, Leinster are 11 out of 11, right? Ulster 7 wins from 10. I think Ulster are third at the moment.
Oh dear, Peter's
Munster-
broadband is gone as well.
Is my guy what? Is my
Yeah.
what? I'm here. How are you?
Yeah, you
Keep
froze.
going.
Did I freeze?
Keep
Oh,
going,
sorry.
keep going.
Okay. Munster are 5 wins from 11. 5 wins from 11.
Yeah.
What's that? Just over 50%.
Just under 50%.
Yeah,
Or just
yeah,
under
it's
50%,
yeah.
sorry. Connacht are 4 wins from 11. Now, Connacht should be better than that. They are better than that. You know, that's just a brief outline. Sorry, James, go on. Your next point. I just wanted to make that point, but where the provinces are.
Yeah, but
the other-
Benetton are ahead of Connacht and Munster.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it's actually worth noting here that like the three of the 4 South African teams
Are in the
are
top
second,
5.
fourth, and fifth.
Sorry, say that again, Matt. You froze there a bit. Say that again.
The three of the 4 South African teams currently lie second, fourth, and fifth in the table.
Yeah, and we have one of them next weekend. The
You do,
Selby
actually, yeah.
Sharks are
Yeah, the
Or-
Sharks. Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
Selby, not as opposed to the Sale Sharks. These are the Selby or
Um,
Selby or whatever you call it,
um,
Sharks. They seem to be
Yes,
struggling
sir.
to come up with names down there. The other thing I wanted to mention was the news out of Munster, obviously, and we touched on it earlier. There, Ben Healy heading off to Scotland, playing with Edinburgh, with a view, it looks like, to breaking into the Scottish team. He's Scottish qualified. So, are we surprised? Anyone
No.
shocked?
No.
No.
Danny,
I don't know.
what's your take on it now as being the Munster representative here?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm not overly surprised. I think since Jack Crowley came in, I think he's kind of been knocked back a place as well. He seems to have lost kind of his second position behind Carberry, because I think part of that was down to Roundtree game plan. Crowley and Carberry suiting that more than Healy did. Now he's a good player when needed, but if he's not getting the game time, it makes sense for him to move away. Plus, as I said, he's Scottish qualified because of his mother. So I suppose it'd be natural for him to kind of maybe look at alternatives if he's not getting much game time here. There's not much of a chance for him getting game time with Ireland because there's 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 lads, 6, 7 lads ahead of him in the international setup, and he's got probably a better chance of Scotland if it comes to this.
Do you think he has the goods? Do you think he has the goods to make it onto the Scottish team? And part 2 of that question, do you think himself and Cooney would make a good partnership?
What considering Scotland's kind of lack of depth at the moment, I think in that 10 position, quality overall, and the fact that don't seem to have too many good quality 10s coming through the system, I think he'll be needed. He'll be more important to Scotland than he is to us. I think if Cooney did make the move to Scotland, he'd be a good partnership with him, because I think since Cooney's got that age, he's got the experience from playing internationally with Ireland before. I know it's been about a good 3 years since he's done playing the Champions Cup rugby with Ulster as well, and with Leinster. I think he'll have that experience just to kind of help guide him through and set him up. So it could be a good partnership for Wyatt. It's just getting that back and forth working, if that does happen. All right with him. So yeah, I think
Okay.
he'll be a better chance anyway than down here with us at the moment anyway.
Peter, I know it's a hypothetical in terms of Cooney joining there, but how would you see that panning out if both of them make the move to Scotland? I know Ben Healy is going and he's looking to get into the Scottish team, and that's also hypothetical. But how would you see that panning out?
If Ben Healy was to go to Scotland, so who's going to outroot? He's Kinghorn and
Russell.
Finn Russell. So if Ben Healy goes to Edinburgh, he would be immediately third or fourth choice 10 for the Scottish international team. John Cooney, who would he? I can't remember who's the Scottish scrum half at the moment. I can't remember who the Scottish scrum half is. Who is he? Anyone know who the Scottish scrum half is?
Not offhand.
Right.
I think you know.
When you say the name,
Frederick fucking numbnuts, right? So, but anyway, we're talking about Haley. But I think Haley.
Ben White.
Who's it?
Ben White.
Ben White.
Ben White.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Wow, what a fantastic, famous scrum half. I don't think.
Fucking sarky bollocks.
I am. You should know that by now. I don't.
Have you
I
not met
don't
him before today?
I know, but like it's just you could fucking try and hide it a little bit, like.
No,
he can't.
never.
No, he can't.
I don't. I never sit on the fucking fence with fucking
We
anything.
fucking know that. We've noticed
There you
that.
go. No, but seriously,
He could try to hide it, but he just doesn't
no,
want to.
no, I just don't want to know. But Ben Healy, I've never rated Ben Healy, and I've said this before in posts. This is no surprise to anyone here. I don't rate Ben Healy as a 10. He's got a
I
good
never had another 10, another Scottish 10 to complain about.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Like I've never rated Ben Healy for Munster or for no, he never played for Ireland. No, he didn't. So it's no surprise. And look, I think if I was to be very human and about this, fair play to him. Go over there, get your game time, and possibly get a game for Scotland. But I think Ben Healy is fucking shite. I don't rate him. Sorry, as a 10. He's not a 10. That's it.
Claire, going to come to you next on that in terms of the hypothetical there of the two boys moving over.
If they can get a goal, they're not going to go into the Ireland squad. So go. Like Cooney's not going to get. He's not going to get called up again. He wasn't going to get called up with. I don't think anyone's going to get called. I think they're going to clone Johnny Sexton at this stage for number 10. So yeah, go. He's qualified, so he might as well go. And if he gets in, fair play.
Yeah.
He's only 23. Like he's only 23. So
Who, Ben Healy?
Ben Healy's only 23.
Oh, so, all right. Okay.
Yeah. So go and
give him 5 years and see what he's like then.
Yeah, that's it. Like,
he'll be 28.
Yeah, I know he will. And he'll still be a brilliant 10, isn't that right, Peter?
Brilliant. Go on,
Who the hell do you think you are? Rachel O'Reilly, is this? Yeah, from Countdown. Matt, what do you reckon to the Ben Healy move?
It's as simple as this. If he's not getting playing here internationally and he wants to play international rugby, what choice has he got? If you get an opportunity to go and play for another team and be able to qualify internationally for another team through a grandparent or a parent or whatever the residency rules are, why fucking not? I mean, at the end of the day, international rugby is the pinnacle, and to play in a World Cup is the pinnacle. And that's what they all want to do. So if that's what he wants to do, he has my blessings. We won't miss him, not being funny, but he might do better over there. It's as simple as that.
So we're all wishing him the best of luck.
Yeah,
we all wish him well.
Yeah, but sure, Matt, we've seen that with two other Irish-born 10s as well. One of them playing over with the USA and the other one playing with Canada. Both born here, both qualified with true grandparents as well.
Exactly. What was your man's name? The American fellow. What was his name?
AJ McGinty is playing. AJ McGinty plays for USA.
It happens everywhere. It happens everywhere. So many players go abroad to play when they can't get selected in their own country. Look at CJ Stander. He was too small to play for South Africa, but came here and fucking played brilliantly for Ireland and was pretty much instrumental in a lot of our success over the last few years. Yeah. As far as the Cooney thing, there's a cloud over that for me, because I was under the impression that once you played international rugby for a team, you can't switch allegiance.
No,
there's a three-year rule. There's a 3-year rule, Matt. If you haven't played internationally for a 3-year period, then you can sign allegiance to another country.
Exactly. That's written in rules. because
Yeah.
I know
he
this
came
went
in
back.
2021.
This went back years ago when Easton Say was playing for Leinster, and he wasn't allowed to play for Ireland, even though he qualified through residency because he had played for Fiji.
It's
Yeah,
yeah,
but then I came in 2 years ago.
yeah,
But,
and it's
they
going,
changed it 2 years ago.
Mm.
it's
Yeah.
going to be interesting for the World Cup next year because there's a load of Pacific Islanders that can go back and play for Fiji, Tonga, Samoa, like ex-All Blacks.
Yeah.
It's going to
sure.
be interesting.
No, that's fine. I didn't know the rules had changed. That's all.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah,
It's
ac- ac-
World Rugby, they
actually, another
changed
thing that's changed as well. Actually, another thing that's changed as well, Matt, is the residency rule has been changed from 3 years to 5 years.
No, I knew that.
Yeah,
But the residency rule is
Yeah.
like that's different. Like for players
Yeah.
that come over and qualify resident, they haven't actually played for another international.
Yeah. But
But-
they say that.
you have to
Uh,
have an allegiance to the country you're playing for. So you can't like say not play for Ireland for 3 years and then go, oh, I'm going to play for Scotland. You have to have
No, I
There
know
has to be
that.
there has to be
I
a
know
link,
that.
Claire. There has to be a link.
That wasn't the
yeah,
question.
that has to be a link there, yeah.
Sorry, that wasn't the question that Matt asked. Jeez, he's getting
Sorry,
annoyed
I'm
now.
sorry,
He's-
I'm
okay,
just
no,
saying.
no, Matt's getting annoyed now. Look at him.
I just state facts, Peter, just like yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, look at the veins in his temples there popping. See it popping in. No, look at that.
You wouldn't want to see the fucking veins in my foot.
Go on, Aaron. Oh. Come on,
Just,
James.
just to swing back to the Six Nations are coming up, and the fact that we're going to, be without Sexton through injury or the red card that he should have got. Who is going to step up? Don't mind shaking your head, Peter. No,
Go on,
it's,
go on. Say your point.
Who's-
Go on.
who's going to step up? Joey Carberry, in my book, is he's too brittle.
He's shite.
No, Blake.
Yeah, he's not able to do it at that level. So who have we got? Who are we going to be relying on? Ross Byrne?
Ross Byrne and Jack Crowley. Simple as.
Yeah, can't dispute that.
Yeah,
I
see,
would
No,
agree with that.
Andy Farrell doesn't really like Ross Byrne for some strange reason.
Well,
He
he's
doesn't like me either, so I'm not complaining.
I know, but you're not in the Irish team, like,
Well, that's
or
true.
the
You're
Irish.
fucking shite.
Yeah. Good one, Matt. Good one.
Well done. I like it. Go on.
So who else have we got? Like if Ross Burns gets injured and Jack Crowley comes on and he gets injured, who are we
You have
relying
Harry
on?
again?
Harry Byrne.
Oh my God! Just talking about Harry Byrne, when Harry Byrne got subbed on
He got sucked
the
off.
match on
What?
Sunday. When Harry Byrne went on Sunday at the game, poor Sarah Duffy was nearly having a heart attack.
Why?
She absolutely hates him.
Oh, I thought he
Yeah,
said,
she was. Oh God, no. I was like, it's okay, it's calm down, it's all right, it's only 10 minutes.
What was that?
Sorry,
That's
sorry, guys.
Is someone at your front door, James? Is someone at your front door today?
No, a flask dropped on the
I
floor
tried
here.
to
They're
flip the
getting
cup of
ready.
tea
The
off in anger.
kids are back to school tomorrow, so we're getting lunches ready in the background here. So,
Oh, I see. Well, okay.
Pushing about the
Um,
door, James. Yeah.
so upcoming games next weekend. We have.
Sorry, James.
Connacht- Yeah, go
Just
on.
go back to your 10 issue. the only two, as I said, Jack Crowley, Ross Byrne. But after that, we're actually fucked. To be honest with you, Harry Byrne is not Danny. Seriously, do you want me to say it?
Shut up, Peter.
Shut the fuck up, Rosin. No, I'm joking. But we don't. I mean, but we don't, James. To answer your question, we don't have like Sexton, Crowley, Ross Byrne, or Sexton, Ross Byrne, Crowley, whatever. Harry Byrne. And Harry Byrne's not at international level at the moment. I don't know what we do. I actually don't know. Kieran Frawley. I don't know.
No, he's injured.
Well, he might be back for the World Cup, but you know,
Six
Yeah.
Nations.
So
not- Six Nations.
or
I
Six
mean-
Nations or whatever.
I know we've had discussions on the Facebook page as well, and lots of people have mentioned it as
Yeah.
well that this Sexton being injured for the Six Nations mightn't be the worst thing in the world for us. That we'll
Yeah,
have
I
to
actually
discover and
said that
see what
I
our
said that on here
what our depth
before.
is.
Yeah, listen, Matt has said it, Claire said it, James, you've said it, Danny,
We've all
you've
said
said
it.
it. We've all said it. Richard has said it, Peter Martin has
Regardless
said
of
it.
him getting injured, I think he should have been fucking rested for it anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
If
So
they want him playing for the World Cup, he needs time off.
There
Yeah,
you
well,
go.
it's going to be his swan song. Like, let's face it, he's
Fucking
104
Ulster
years
is
of
a fucking
age now.
favourite.
So
Leave him
Yeah,
off.
yeah,
leave,
yeah.
leave him fucking off for the Six Nations and
mhm.
getting fit and
Fox and
bulked up
Pemby.
for the Rugby World Cup. Let's get past the fucking quarterfinal, get into a semi-final, get into a final, and fucking act
And
like
then
we're
bring-
the number one team in the fucking world, and let's go win the fucking thing, right?
So
There you
so you're saying like once we get into the final, then we bring Sexton on, is it?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So it's going to be his swan song. Like, he's 104 years of age now. I think at the last count, he can't go on forever, even though he is
I think
behaving.
they're going to try clone him at this stage because it's getting
He's-
to that stage where it's just Johnny, and it's like you need something
Yeah.
else to like. Let's clone him.
Look, it's
Yeah.
it's always the same. It was the same when O'Gara was fucking fly half for Ireland. It was O'Gara, and there was nobody else. And
Yeah,
only
Johnny
when Johnny Sexton came towards the end of O'Gara's career, then it just took over. And that's the
So-
way, unfortunately, Ireland
Sexton-
work at the best of times, right?
Matt, Sexton came
You're
on
lying.
when Contepomi went off for a Leinster game.
Yeah.
Sexton came on, and the rest is history.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about Leinster and Contepomi and Sexton. I'm talking about O'Gara being the fly half and then Sexton being the fly half. And he was relied on for way too long. There was nobody else there that they should have had a proper second string 10 and trained. And now they're in this fucking position where they don't have anyone. There's probably fucking 10 or 12, possibly 13 decent enough fly halves in this country. But because they're not played internationally, they don't get the time, they don't get the training, they don't get the skills, they don't get the experience of playing international rugby. And that's at fault with the managers and the coaches of the Ireland setup. Plain and simple. Ian Madigan,
And that's-
has anybody looked
Yeah,
at him?
Mad was
He played for fucking Ireland. He played in the fucking World Cup. Why can't he fucking play? Do you know what I mean?
Because Matt, because it's a very fucking simple thing. How often does Madigan start for Ulster?
That's
Doesn't
not what I'm
matter,
saying.
he's still good.
He was
But
playing
he
for
doesn't
Leinster.
start
and
for Ulster. He doesn't start for fucking Ulster, for Christ's sake.
think-
Madigan,
just think back, right? Think
Go on.
back to when Madigan was playing for Leinster and why
Yeah.
he left Leinster.
yeah,
Because he wasn't getting any game time
yes. Why?
because of Sexton.
Right.
Yeah.
But that is not conducive to develop players in an international setup. You can only have 1 10 on a pitch. If you have 10 fucking 10s and you're only concentrating to promote and to develop 1 10, you're going to have a fucking problem if he gets injured. And that's always been the case.
Whoa. Hold on a fucking second there. You cannot say that Andy Farrell is just promoting Johnny Sexton. If you look back at his
Not Andy
tens,
Farrell.
no,
The IRFU. The
whatever.
IRFU.
If you look back at the selections at 10, right? Johnny Sexton, or if you look back at the last 15 international test matches that Ireland have played, how many have Johnny Sexton started? I'll tell you, 7.
But that's what I'm saying. He shouldn't be relied on that much to develop another
Well,
fucking
that's 7. That's less than 50% of the international test matches that Johnny Sexton started.
At this stage, he should be only doing 25%. He should be held back to Matt's point there. He
Well,
should be allowed. We should be allowing the
I-
second string guys to develop.
James, I know, but he's given Ross, excuse me, Ross Byrne a chance. Has started. Ross Byrne has started. Who else has started? Ross Byrne has actually started probably most of them. Carberry has started a few. Carberry has proven to be
Right.
Bristol.
a fucking dead duck. He's
like
fucking
when they get
shite.
injured and as well, like you still have to have backup. You know, like
You do. I agree with you, Matt.
know,
I'm agreeing with you.
But
I'm
now
not
they're
agreeing with you.
now they're in the situation where they tried to throw all the fucking eggs in the basket with Joey Carberry. He got badly injured and got fucked out of Leinster down to Munster, and now he, for whatever's happened, whether he's developed wrong or whatever, he's not really part of the Irish setup now. He's not good enough. Ross Byrne wasn't played enough. You know, like there's other like I know like I'm just trying to think of other fucking fly halves. I can't think of them off the top of my head. Jack Carty played in the World Cup, didn't do
No,
great.
he'd
Well,
never play again for him.
He did well.
Not in current
enough
form
to
anyway.
Play for Ireland in the World Cup. Ian Madigan the same. Is there anybody else?
No.
Jesus, Billy Burns. I mean, fuck, we
No.
can't go him again. But like, do you know what I mean?
No.
Like, there
Okay.
are other options available, but like, they just don't have the skill set or the experience to play like Johnny Sexton. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's got to come down to coaches. It's got to. There's nobody else.
We've been forced into a situation now, which probably is going to be good for Irish rugby in the 10 position anyway. We don't have Johnny available. We're not going to have him available for the Six Nations, and we're going to find out. So
Without a doubt.
simple as.
This
So
is the
guys,
best thing that could happen for this Six Nations.
Yeah.
we're about 40 minutes into the VT at this stage. I want
go
to
on.
start talking about next week's games. First up, we have Munster versus the Lions Friday night at 25 to 8, Friday the 6th of January. Claire, how do you see that one going?
Munster.
Munster are at home, so
Yeah,
they're gonna,
Munster. Well, technically they're in Musgrave Park, so
yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Let's go.
I know it is. I'm joking. Yeah, I reckon Munster should do it.
Peter Burke, I know you put up all away wins, so I'm assuming you're going for the Lions there.
1 sec, James. Sarah Duffy is joining us. 1 sec now. Hold on. I'll answer your question now. 1 sec, James. Here she is.
Yeah, he said Lions. He said all the way win. So yeah.
Yeah,
He
all
did,
right,
didn't he?
Bronson. Calm the
There she
fuck
is.
down.
There
I'm
she
going to
is.
go with that.
There
How are you,
she is.
Sarah?
Evening, Sarah. How are you? How did the young fella get on?
He's chuffed to bits.
Good.
I'm
Good
chuffed
stuff.
for him.
Good.
Excellent.
That's brilliant.
Oh, fair play.
Right, tell me all say congratulations.
I was
Absolutely.
made up, lads. I swear to God, stop.
Good.
Yeah, you're going to enjoy the first half of this
Getting
video,
emotional.
Sarah. Sarah,
Come
by the
here,
way, you'll
will
enjoy the first half of this video. We had a good debate, fired in the scud there about Sexton, and the two boys there, Matt and Peter, had a great old chat about it.
That's
nearly
what it's all
nearly came to
about.
blows.
That's what it's all about. I
I can't
love.
wait to listen to this in my car now.
But
I
that's what we have to be doing. Like,
Yeah.
people will watch it.
They're-
If there's
they're at
fucking
it again.
people going at it.
No,
It's entertaining.
exactly.
Yeah, well,
exactly.
it is entertaining.
If someone agreed with me, I'd go, oh, good. Jesus Christ. That's why I love debating with Matt. I love debating with fucking everyone. If you disagree with me, love it. Right. Now you were asking me, sorry, James, what were you asking?
Peter, I was asking you about the Munster Lions match on
Yeah,
Friday night. How do you see that going?
Lions are winning.
Lions. Matt, where are you on that one?
I honestly think Munster will win that because Lions they're shit. They're not as good as the other three that are further up on the table. That's what I think. I think Munster will do it.
Danny?
But Munster are good.
I think Munster will do it at home.
No.
Danny, are you going to that match?
No, I won't be going to
Musgrave Park.
I'm working that evening anyway, so I'd say I'd be lucky to be home and see the second half of that game. But home advantage, 5 points on that's what I'm sorry. And they're wearing the Munster jersey, so obviously what I'm going for. Munster win.
Okay, Sarah.
Yeah, Munster win. What's wrong with you, Burke?
He's
A lot.
He's on
A lot.
He's
A lot
right
of
there.
everyone
He's
says they're
What's
actually-
right with Burke? What's right with Burke?
What's right? That there is the proper question.
That's
lost
the
Sarah.
better question. The
Where's
shorter
Sarah go?
answer.
Where's Sarah gone?
I'm here.
We've lost.
No, Sarah. Where's Sarah?
Sarah.
Sarah's
For fuck's sake, the Wi-Fi in this country is shite. We lost
I
Peter
thought
Martin earlier on.
Wi-Fi was a lot better.
Where the
So,
Let's keep it indoor.
we'll go on. Well, let's have a look at the next Irish involvement. Is Benetton. Ulster are playing Benetton at home on Saturday at 1 o'clock. That should be a non-event, I would say. But Claire, we'll go to you first on that one.
Probably not. Benetton are actually not doing too bad this year.
Do you reckon they're going to have enough to beat Ulster?
They could do. They could. They've only one less win than Ulster. Ulster are on 7 wins and Benton are on 6, so they could throw a
Is anyone
surprise.
writing down the predictions? By the way, I haven't a pen near me.
No,
or anything
you're
there.
the fucking host. You should be doing
I
it.
tell you what,
Yeah,
Albeit by default.
substitute host.
Substitute, albeit by
Yeah,
default.
yeah. Maybe when Peter Martin watches it back, he can write down the predictions. So, Matt, Ulster, Benetton at home to Ulster.
Oh, that's going to be a tough game, I'd say. Yeah, Benetton are a good side. They're at home. I'm going to go with a Benetton sneaky win.
Danny?
Oh, I'll go in Ulster win this time around because I think they need to bounce back after that loss to us last weekend. So I need to kind of get some better form going into the second half of the Champions Cup group stage. So I'll go in Ulster win.
Okay. And Sarah's back, I think. She's back with us again.
She's I think she is coming in. Hold on one
She's on mute
second.
anyway, so I can see that she's on mute there.
Ask
She's
to
all.
unmute. Ask
I
to
was going to
unmute.
say
There you go.
I was
What
going to say
the
she's
fuck?
all picture and no sound, but she's neither picture nor sound. So she's
No,
gone
he's
again.
gone again.
Anyway,
Gone again. All right.
so the next one we have is on Saturday at 5:15. Is Connacht hosting the Sharks?
Sharks.
Peter Burke, you said an away win.
Yeah,
Again,
Sharks.
Yeah,
And
that's not
come here to me,
surprising.
James. The reason I say that is because of how I criticised Connacht earlier. If you're going to play against the Sharks or a team like that, you're going to need the middle of the park attack, the upfront aggression, and Connacht don't have that. Now, Sharks have that. Now, albeit the Sharks can be hot and cold.
Hang on, Peter. The Blair Witch is back again.
Here's
Bennett on Ulster. Bennett on Ulster.
Versus Bray, bitch.
Go on, Sarah. You're looking like you just came from a fucking Guns N' Roses concert.
Yeah.
So I can't get the thing off the screen.
Yeah. So tell me,
Whoa,
Sarah.
Child of mine.
It's asking me to select photographs now. Christ.
Lord
What are you doing?
Davis.
Jesus Christ. I'll tell you, we're going to have
We
fucking...
really can't do technology at all, can we?
We're going to have amputee fucking porn
I
coming
know,
up
yeah.
down the mountain. Okay, fucking select the wrong
Do we
one.
have any members on our Facebook page that know anything about IT that could help us out and sort it all out here? We're putting out the call out for any IT specialists on the Facebook page that can help us out. Give us a hand, give us some tips, get in touch, and we'll get you on. Yeah, we'll get you on the page as well. Sarah, Bennett are hosting Ulster.
Good for them, James.
How do you see it going? How do you see it going?
Benetton Ulster. Oh.
You better answer quick because Peter Burke is on his
Ulster.
period and he's about to jump in over on top of everyone.
No. I'm saying nothing.
You know what you want to do then, Burke? You want to go to the nearest hardware store, get yourself a bag of cement and get it into you to harden the fuck up.
For fuck's sake, I've said nothing. It was James Grennan leading me. I said nothing. It's nothing to do with me. Go on, make a point.
I'm just saying it to you straight out. Like, should be saying this to you every week. Yeah, look, I think Ulster might do a job on them. I'm just going to go. Yeah, go on, Ulster.
Okay, Ulster.
Yeah,
Sarah, a few pins might be better than concrete to harden him up.
Oh, for fuck's sake, would you shut the fuck up, the lollies? I'm not saying anything. Go on.
Come here, look. In Peter Burke's defence.
Like you every day.
In Peter Burke's defence, there's nothing wrong with Peter Burke that a good kick in the ovaries wouldn't sort out.
Oh, Jesus, James. You took that to a whole new fucking level there now. Oh.
I love new names. I love new names. Come on,
Wet.
So come here. Next game, Sarah, I'm going to go to you again on this one. Connacht are hosting the Cell Sharks, not the Sale Sharks, the Cell B Sharks, another South African team. How do you see that one going?
Well, I'm going to start off and say, James, you're a bit of a Billy Brave bollocks there now, and you lost at the weekend. I was there. And I wish Connacht the best of luck again in that game against the Sale Sharks, or whatever you want to call them.
Cell B or Cell C Sharks.
They'll beat them.
Who'll beat who? Connacht will beat.
Yeah,
the
Connacht
Sharks?
will beat them by about 12 points.
Well, the fucking hole.
If the two Murray lads play the way they did against Leinster, they certainly will.
Yeah.
What did you think of that?
I thought it was a good game, but you know, I told you what I thought of that Doris Van de Fleer thing on the wing. Oh, Jesus Christ Almighty! Claire, tell you, I leapt up out of the chair. I nearly jumped out over the chairs in front of me and everything. That was rugby porn at its finest.
Yeah.
And
She
then
was
they
in
put
the
him on the
house.
other wing, and then he started drifting over and back. Oh, Jesus Christ, I nearly lost the run of myself altogether.
Jesus, was there a mop and bucket for a clean up on the fucking
Oh,
stairs?
stop.
Yeah, it was.
You had a towel underneath. It was
There should have
fine.
been several buckets. Several. I'd have filled them.
Clean up on
Thanks,
925. Clean up on 925.
Claire, Devin, did I ask you about Connacht Sharks yet?
I reckon the Sharks, after watching the Sharks destroy the Bulls last weekend, Sharks.
But it's
Yeah,
going to be
I know
cold.
that-
It's going to be cold on Saturday, and it's in the west of Ireland, and it's going to
Yeah,
be miserable for
yeah,
the lads. And
yeah.
they're
I still think the
Yeah.
Sharks are gonna have it. Just by a smidgen.
smidgen.
Although I'm gonna use the phrase depends on what team they stand. But
Yes, yeah, that's true.
Khaleesi was on fire. Khaleesi was on fire last weekend for the Sharks. He got player of the match, or player of the matches, as Peter Burke loves to say. He was
Yeah.
on fire. So, yeah, I still think the Sharks are gonna have it by a smidgen.
Okay, Matt, how do you see that one going?
I'd go with the Sharks as well.
Disappointing, but go on.
I honestly don't think Connacht are going to beat the Sharks, regardless of the weather or what's happening over there. The Sharks are just they're too good for Connacht. I'm afraid. I hope I eat my words. I really do. I hope I eat my words, but I can't see it happen.
Okay, fair enough. And finally, then we have Ospreys are hosting Leinster. Peter Burke, Leinster.
Hands down. I mean, I can't I know I say it, blase, Leinster will win it, but Ospreys. Yeah.
Yeah. But was the 12th place in the table? It's just going to be a matter of how much will Leinster win by and when they get the bonus point.
Yeah,
That's
no, I agree with you. I mean, but look, you can't James. You asked the question. Leinster v Ospreys. Ospreys. If you look back at their form, if you look back at the Welsh fucking teams' forms, they're just fucking rubbish, really. And I can't now unless Leinster send out their fucking under 16s.
They probably still beat them.
They probably still beat them, but I can't see anything other than a Leinster win. No, seriously, like it's just we can all joke and laugh, but I mean it's just Ospreys. Have they any interest in the competition? Like, have Gloucester any interest in the Heineken Cup?
Oh, stop.
It's just it's this. I don't know. A Leinster win, James. Leinster win.
Okay, Claire.
Leinster win, yeah,
You're
definitely.
going for Leinster. Matt, Leinster.
Yeah, Leinster. I'd say a third Leinster team will beat them.
Yeah.
Sarah, I say there's no argument there.
Leinster by a country mile, like that Ospreys team wouldn't score in a brothel with a handful of tenors, like total shite. You know, that's Leinster by about 35 points, I reckon.
Good. And Danny, you reckon it's a matter of not when, but or not if, but when they get the bonus point win.
Yeah, that's it. Just a matter of when.
By the way, Sarah, Danny's all shook up this evening, so he is.
Uh-huh.
Oh, look at him with his Johnny T.
What time are we at, folks? I think we must be.
Actually, yes, that's a good question, James. James, what time are we at?
I think we're on around 55 minutes or thereabouts.
Right, we got 5 minutes left in case we pour the knickers off people.
Women's Interpros this weekend as well. We got 2 left.
Go, Danny. Talk about that for 5 minutes.
Go for it.
Yeah.
No, I tell you what, we've actually got Leinster and Connacht. We've actually got Leinster and Connacht. That's the first match up there, and that's on G Park at half-2 on TJ Carr. And we've got Munster and Ulster at Musgrave Park as well. That's on Saturday evening at 4:45. Also on TJ Carr anyway. So I haven't seen the Ulster squad be named for those Interpros, but just looking by some of the teams there's a good few internationals in both squads. I know Dorothy Wall was Chloe Pierce, Nicole Cronin. There's a few others named in the Munster squad as well. there's 2 Kerry women in there. Maureen Wall is back again at scrum half, and I can't remember the other one who's been named in the Munster squad. Ella Roberts from Wicklow is actually in the Leinster squad as well. And that's
Yeah,
actually
she's a cracker.
she's who?
She's an absolute flyer, like.
Yeah, she's actually in there with was it Molly Shuffle McCabe as well, though, from Clare's
That's the sound.
club as well, West Ham Town. Yeah, Garda RC. She's in there with them as co-captain by Haney and Hannah O'Connor. And like this, there's seems to be a good mix of internationals in those 2 squads as well. The Connacht squad, I'm not too familiar with, James. If you know anything about the women's squad, if
I
they're any
haven't
good
seen
or
who.
anything.
Haven't seen who's named on that, and I'm not sure if Babine Parsons is available or not available, or whether she's named or not. There's some hope if she is.
I'll see if we can get it up here because
surely
I
is.
know posted earlier on. No, she's not in the squad. She's not in the backs at all. She's not there at all.
That's a pity. That's a pity.
Yeah. She's probably off in 7th duty as well. Anyway,
Go player.
Shout
she
out
is
to her,
right.
shout out to her dad Vincent if he's a member. I think he might be a member on the page.
I think she's at the other group as well. Parsons.
By the way, folks, it's not a page; it's a group.
It's a group. Yeah, there's a difference.
All right.
That's
All
right.
There's
right.
a huge.
The elder lemon speaks again. See what I mean,
Yeah.
Sarah?
What is wrong with you?
He's on form tonight, I tell you.
Where?
No, just.
While he's looking up something, can I just say best of luck to my team?
Go on.
Western
Yeah.
Second Cain Wanderers, not actually in the Aviva, the ground beside the Aviva at 5 o'clock on
Yeah.
Saturday.
That's the back bit, isn't it?
Are you
That's the
playing,
back bit.
Claire?
Yeah,
Are you playing, Claire?
I am playing, yeah.
Are you
Well,
are you starting? Or are you on the
I
23?
don't know, the team hasn't been named yet, but I will probably I will do the best for the team and get the young people get the young people playing. If they need me, they can have
You'll
me.
be a
What time
finisher.
is that? What
You're
time
part
is
of the
this
bomb
on
squad, are you,
Saturday?
Claire?
Oh, shut up, James. Don't fucking mess the
No,
Yeah,
they-
it's part of the finishers. Yeah.
bomb squad
Finishers,
was-
yeah. Bomb squad finishers, yeah.
Right, Jesus.
Yeah,
With
really
Eddie
big
Jones,
move
bollocks. Fuck's sake. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Fair play to Claire. Fair play to Claire. Fair play to.
Actually,
Which is
before I forget, teaching car Friday night as well as the 10 to 10. There is a documentary on the history of the Irish women's rugby on it that stage, just in case everyone wants to give that a watch before the Interpros as well. So it kind of goes through the history of the Irish women when it started back in '93 and more or less up to present day as well. So that could be another watch as well for anyone interested.
good one, Danny.
Uh,
I think we're fairly up against time. We are actually up just on
We
the
are.
hour there now.
Yeah.
It's been good. It's been good crack tonight, and I was surprised to get called in as a
Emergency
finisher for Peter Peter Martin, who had to bow out. Glad to be part of the bomb squad for that one. Thanks to Matt, Danny, Sarah, Peter, and Claire. This will be up on the Facebook group page in by 10 o'clock, and it'll be also on our YouTube channel. And yeah, look, hopefully we'll enjoy all the rugby at the weekend, and we'll see you all next week.
Good night, folks.
Thanks,
Good night,
James.
folks.
Goodbye.
Thanks, James.
Mind
Thanks,
yourself,
James.
folks. Talk to you soon.
Bye, James. Well done.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.